invitation, and very happy to see you all, and that the interest to this topic is so big. And like I'm really happy to see the program and participants there. So very happy and grateful for you to join. And also I'm very happy that our discussions, our talks evolved into like really this panel discussion and think tank, because that you had the interest, you Sabine and you Sarah, to really to prepare this event, because I think this topic is very important, not only in countries like Ukraine or Burkina Faso, but also to the throughout the European continent, because the subject is not only related to the coping with the war experience, but to the social challenges and to the different conditions as well. We have instant waves of different stressful events, but also very tragic and traumatic events happening globally. So greetings from Kiev. And just before starting the proposal, the impulse, I would say that if I will have the air alert again, because the night was rough, I don't know if you saw it's happening every day, but if I will need to change the room, I will just disappear and re-enter again, just to say that I will just need to go to another space which is more protected, just to say that there could be this kind of factor. And continuing what Serge Ami said, it's very true that resilience is a great concept and really great point, but in countries that are dealing with the terrorism and invasion and physical danger, there is also the point of resistance that is very much linked to the resilience, which is changing the thing, like the whole approach to the work and to the recovery. And another thing is to say that before like introducing the different initiatives that I'm taking part of, is as well to say that we have already now working on this program of psycho-emotional recovery to deal with them. Actually, not to deal, but to resist and to fight the concept of mental health, and proposing the concept of psycho-emotional health, because the situation of bombing or occupation or terroristic attacks has a very specific way of affecting the realm, the information realm, and also this level of life danger is such that working with the mental health is not really possible. Why? Because mental health concept is mostly focused on the cognitive aspect, and when we speak about psycho-emotional health, we are speaking about the body, and we are speaking about the body mind as an entity involving or including also emotions. Why it's important? It's because when you are working with the cognitive component, you can cope with the behavioral patterns, you can cope with the specific constructs that are affecting your life, or like you can build up the psychological resistance to the different behaviors around you, or like to different pressure of social structures or institutions and so on. But it cannot really help you in the situation of physical danger. And you don't have the specific time frame to develop the mental mechanism, cognitive mechanism of resilience, because the impacts coming from the outside are so diverse and so different. But like we will speak about that more in the breakout room. And to introduce a bit the context, I would start with the project that we just finished shooting, and we are preparing the multimedia exhibition in Ukraine and UK, involving two great photographers from UK, Paul Hill and Maria Falconer. And this project is called How Do You Dance in the War Zone? And I will just continue speaking how different artists are working with this topic of resilience, as showing at least them on the image of the still made by Paul and Maria. So this is me. This is Alla Kravchenko. They're together with Mikita Kravchenko, who will be further on the stills, are working with the still movement and with displaced people in Ukraine. She's working mostly as a performer through traveling and voicing out different aspects of fighting a bit the information wars and speaking about the situation in Ukraine, because she's instantly traveling between Ukraine and abroad, participating in different projects. It's Nikita Kravchenko that I mentioned previously. It's also their work on the with the people in Lviv that are partly displaced, on looking for the different games of regrouping and following and like communication, somehow communication games through the body practice. This is also from the, this is more a close-up of Kristina Shishkareva working with the military people on the tactic choreography, and also looking for the different ways of merging and finding how to help the military people to be physically resilient and not to break their back, and to rely on the hips, using the release-based technique, using the partner work, using the games from partnering, and so on. This is vice versa initiative coming from the military people. I don't know, do you see the photos? All is good?
We can see them.
Thank you. This is a bit of our improvisation together with Svetlana Litsuk and Taisia Timofeeva that are working with the students in 2 different universities, helping with the resilience and recovery for the students of dance departments in University of Physical Culture and Sports, and another University of Dragomanov Pedagogical University. You might see elements that are used in the studio working with the military people. I will just list further on. You can see it's really connected physically. This is Paul Hill and Maria Falconer that were coming to Kiev and to Lviv to make the shooting process. This is also choreography for working with the gun, because it's also could be helpful to direct the attention of the military people, so they could know how to do it as more ergonomically as possible. This is about lifts and centering as well. I'll just scroll a bit. That is here. She's working with military people, but she's also working on writing text reflecting the reality. She was also taking part in one of our initiatives, initiated by Sabine in Tanzschnak, in Greifswald, I think. She is reflecting on the things, which is also helpful and very important for this moment of recovery and resilience, of building up the connection with the reality on the discursive level as well. It's also her in the Hanenko Museum in Kiev. As you may see, the museum that don't have objects now because they are hidden. I like to protect them, because this museum was hit by one of the missiles hitting the downtown of Kiev, so they don't have partly windows and roof. So this is a bit of a backstage from there as well. And what else I wanted to show you from this? And also Ludmila Mova, she is my colleague that works in the university frame, but she's initiator of Association of Art Therapy in Ukraine, and she is our in Art Therapy Force project that I will be speaking about shortly. She's also taking care of the scientific approach, because she is researching and working on body, mind, and somatic practices as a part of coping potential and creativity development. And she is running her Center of Creativity and Movement Psychology in Kiev since 2004, I think. And we are working together on this initiative, Art Therapy Force, that I will tell a bit more. It's from the real session that was filming, and it's Taisia Timofeeva that I was mentioning. She is working in university, but she's also working, helping the military, and especially the half of the year of the last year, she was helping the military units with evacuation and with bringing medicaments, and with also quick psychotherapy sessions as well, where she could. So this is a bit of the different takes on the, and it's also Larissa Venediktova and her way of dealing with the subject of war through the artistic practice. This is me helping with this process. So, like, it's just to shortly to dive into the subject that somehow artists staying in Ukraine and working in Ukraine are very much focused on how to advocate and to help different initiatives around them with whatever they can, artistically or physically or mentally or financially, or through the means of culture diplomacy and also advocacy and voicing out different subjects. So artists are helping not only through the artistic practice, but reflecting on how their personal practice could enforce this resilience that Isabella was talking about. And somehow it's very interesting to see the correspondence like with what you were saying, because war in Ukraine is since 2014, and many of my colleagues that are working both in the dance field and psychotherapy, we started working on this since the Maidan in 2014, and this initiative was developing working with the ATO veterans of anti-terroristic operation in the zone in Donbass and Crimea. And we were developing many of things, many of the protocols and many different techniques of rebalancing, of dealing with panic attacks and stress, and preventing PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome disorder, and so on and so on. But like, as far as we have such huge and massive situation, we have to develop our own tools. We are very grateful for the help coming from abroad and from from other professionals coming from other countries. But the thing is that any European country has barely the same experience of dealing with such a range of diverse subjects, like how to deal with the sexual violation, or with the physical violation, or with the loss of the housing, or with the displacement, or with the somebody who is a family member who is coming from the front line, or people that survived different tortures and so on. Like, it's like, I'm saying this really calmly, but it's because I'm reciting and talking a lot about this thing. Doesn't mean that it should be taken calmly, each of those subjects, but it's just to say that diversity of methods and tools that are needed for different groups of people is so huge. And to kind of shift to the maybe one of the notes, like to the lighter tone, like, I will quickly say that we are also dealing with the funding issue, because it's also traumatic for the artists, especially the artists. And we are fundraising through the Ukrainian Emergency Performing Arts Fund initiative for the different projects, like relief grants for the artists. The new program is for creation. We are fundraising for providing like group, the money is to the groups of the artists. Oh my God, it's 1 minute left. I won't make it, sorry. I will just ask for 3-4 minutes more, okay? Sophia.
I don't know whether I have the power to give that, but I think I saw Sabine nodding. So can we do that?
Like, just 4 minutes more, okay? We are also thinking of fundraising, like of the new program for fundraising for the projects of psycho-emotional recovery through art practices. Like, it should be another program dedicated to that and fundraise to that. And speaking of the project Art Therapy Force that I mentioned, I would show you one of the videos very quickly. With from Art Therapy Force Kids Camp that we recently accomplished, where you can read in subtitles already through what are the important points that are pointing out working with the different groups, but it could be very, very easy to comprehend without the commenting. So.
There's no sound. Did you click the button to activate sound? Victor, there's no sound. We don't hear any sound. Do you still hear us, Victor?
Yes.
We don't have any sound. I'm not sure how important this is for the video. So if you share your screen, you have to click the button. Please share your computer sound and optimize it for the video.
I will just continue. It's not, let me, how you optimize this? It's in the...
Can you share it again?
For video.
For video?
Like this. Do you hear now?
Yeah.
Я працював з дітьми компонування, пісні.
З підлітками ми почали розділилися на групи, і кожна група займалася якимись своїми окремими завданнями. В моїй групі були дівчата, які захотіли зробити хіп-хоп пісню.
Ще раз давай перепишемо другу частину, так.
Сьогодні зачитаємо ми вам про Україну, Херсон, Одеса та рідний наш Дніпро. Міста усі в нас різні, недоліків нема. Якщо вони були у нас в гостях, то це дарма.
І паралельно так само працював з Веронікою, яка записала пісню за допомогою Найджела, який підібрав мелодію на гітарі.
Ми робимо дуже багато вправ, в основному такі вправи, які могли об'єднати учасників, згуртувати їх в такий дружній колектив.
У нас немає жодних конкурсів, є багато творчих завдань, але при цьому немає якихось оціночних суджень, що там а ти краще, а ти ще краще, це перше місце, друге, третє.
І наша місія в тому, щоб тільки допомогти бути цьому вираженим в цьому світі безпечно.
Дуже сильно відчувається, наскільки всі розкрились під час перебування тут.
Ми думали дуже багато про місце, нам хотілося, щоб були навколо гори, бо такий якийсь умовна назва цього табору – це інхейл, як вдих. Ми хочемо вдихнути і творчість, і свободу, і цей вдих має бути в екологічному місці, в екологічному просторі.
Відчути цей момент, що є безпечні простори, навіть на нашій території, яка під загрозою постійно знаходиться. Хоч трошки перевести подих, це вже дуже допомагає відновленню.
Як можна якісно, м'яко, лагідно працювати з травмою, це супер важливо. Це, власне, головна мета цього табору.